I'm Michael. This the microphone. I appreciate you taking time out your day to listen to my content. I would also appreciate if you took time out your day to like, share, comment, or subscribe. That's how I get the channel pumping. That's how I get my name out there. That's how I get the views. And that's how I get the cash. So I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy the show. Like I said, my channel is about sports and things, or whatever I feel like talking about at the moment. This is my second interview, and it's crazy because it's going in the order of my love. You know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody that I haven't interviewed that I love, but it's just a certain amount of people. I don't know if you remember T-Mobile. T-Mobile used to have a thing called my Fave 5. So I think I'm gradually getting through my Fave 5. So the person that I'm interviewing today has a illustrious background in the freight industry. Not only has this person driven, this person has been in charge of what drivers do. From truck driver to terminal manager. So I just want to ask you, not only what do you feel about trucking, but we're gonna start off with being a manager. What are some of the things that you ran into being a manager with the melanin? You know, the key word is the melanin that you ran into.
Well, first of all, dealing with different attitudes and personalities throughout your day, at the beginning of the day, throughout the end of the day. So many different personalities to deal with.
When you say personalities, not only are you talking about truckers, but you're talking about from a terminal manager standpoint, you're talking about the people inside the office as well.
Correct. Your CSRs, your customer service representatives, your dispatchers, your managers, just period.
So anybody looking to get into the trucking industry or the freight industry, by you being somebody who has been on both sides of the coin, what advice would you give them? First off, we're gonna talk about a trucker. If somebody's looking to get into the trucking industry, what are some of the jewels and gems you would explain to them and tell them?
It's just a job. Don't come here trying to get rich. You won't get rich. You can be rich in your mind, but your dinero, you won't be rich. There's a lot of different variables you got to deal with. If you want to be an owner operator, you want to be a company driver, there's rules. You're going to have to abide by people's rules. Everyone has rules to follow. You might not like the rules. So what you going to do? Up and jump and skip? Or you're going to continue to get your money? There's always going to be some things that you don't want to do that you're going to have to do.
And I think that's anytime you work for somebody that's not yourself, right?
No, you can be an owner operator and you still going to have to run loads that you probably don't want to run.
Right.
Just to keep the money flowing and to keep a good business relationship with the business that's giving you the freight.
Okay, so would you say developing relationships in the freight industry is like how high is that on the list of things to do? Like, do you think it's very important to develop a relationship with your customers, especially being an owner operator?
It's good to have relationships, but it's also good to know that you can have a good relationship, and if people don't have the freight, then the relationship is just a relationship. So it's good to keep that stuff separate.
Okay, so yeah, like the clientele means nothing without the product.
Without the product, you don't need no clientele. With no clientele, it's just having a relationship.
Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, as a driver, just real quick, give your resume, because some people might be listening and they might think that you've only been driving for 2 years. And just a little side note, I'm a 16-year vet. I have some things going on right now that will get worked out, but just give your resume, not Indeed, but just let people know why the information you giving should be valued.
Well, I started out in a warehouse. Started driving, worked my way up through the chains to dispatching, became a terminal manager, operations manager, back to driving.
Okay, so you would say that you pretty much know everything about this industry through and through. Whether it's driving, route planning, yeah, there's some things that you have told me about that I didn't even know. So you would definitely consider yourself a veteran in this game.
Yeah, I have over 20 plus years doing this.
Okay, and one of the jobs that you work for that I know a lot of people who start out driving truck is Swift. So you work for Swift. So you really came from the bottom to the top. So what are some of the things that you experienced driving a truck that allowed you to be a better terminal manager, that gave you game on how to operate, a warehouse, or how to basically navigate through the city sitting behind the desk?
Sitting back, watch and learn. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you. Just because you see someone doing a job, don't ever think you can't do it. So I knew that I could do better at what I was seeing. So when I had my opportunity, I shined.
Right on. Okay, so when you say sit back and watch, do you think it's better for someone to be a driver first and then become a terminal manager or operations manager because you can better relate to the drivers, or do you think someone can just jump into the field of operations manager, dispatcher? Like, do you think it's better to build up your resume as a truck driver and then become a manager, or do you think someone can be a manager without driving a truck?
No, I think you need to have those skills as driving as a driver. That way you can understand the obstacles that a driver goes through every day, and you'll be more, I'm not going to say lenient toward the driver when you have those issues, but you'll know how to fix those issues or how to tackle those issues.
Right. So basically, you saying being a driver first creates an element of compassion once you become a terminal manager.
Correct, because you can understand where the driver is coming from. You just don't have that paper behind you, your bachelor's degree, your associate's degree in transportation, or you're just not a guy that does this on paper. You actually have the knowledge of it, and you'll get more respect from your workers and your co-workers because they know you've been there and done that.
Right. Yeah, a lot of times I say that working in a logistics company, just the word logistics, the base word is logic. So a lot of people work in the logistics industry, but they don't have any logic. So yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. Anything else you want to say before we end the video? Like I said, I appreciate you giving me your knowledge in the game, and hopefully the listeners, anybody who's trying to get into the trucking industry, will take this information and apply it to their daily life, and understand that like you said, man, this job is you're gonna do a lot of shit that you really don't want to do, but there are people depending on you, so you have to do it. So anything else that you want to say? And now we've reached the point to where the video where you can curse. So I mean, if shit is fucked up, tell them shit is fucked up.
Hey man, the world will use you. I don't care if it's logistics, whatever field you're in, people will use you to get to where they need to be. And once they get to where they need to be, if you're no longer in the equation, you will be crossed out. So don't put your all into things you do. If you're gonna put your all into anything, put it into yourself.
Most definitely. Okay. Well, like I said, man, I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Hopefully I'm giving you some game that you can use. Like I said, of course I love sports, but life is life, and I've experienced a lot of things, and there are a lot of people around me that I trust their opinion, and they have also experienced things. So I'm just here to not only get their knowledge out there, but to help you become more knowledgeable. And I'm gonna end this by saying this: I'm a Ninja Turtle fan, and one of the hardest lines I've ever heard in my life is, "Everything you know, I have shown you." but I have not shown you everything that I know. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I appreciate you. There's more content to come. Thank you for your time. Love.